Welcome to CanIPhish. In this recording, we'll walk through the necessary steps to set up your first simulated phishing and security awareness training campaign. Now, this video is designed to be watched after you've set up a allow listing and after you've already imported your target employees. So if you've done both of these things, then let's proceed with scheduling your first campaign. So first things first, we jump to the campaigns page. Once we're on this page, we want to click on New Campaign, and this is going to open up our guided wizard. Now what we need to do in here is just enter in a unique campaign name. So I'm just going to enter in demo campaign. Now we've got various campaign types, right? So you can schedule a simulated phishing and security awareness training campaign, which is going to deliver simulated phishing content to your employees and then assign security awareness training to those employees who fail those phishing, right? Essentially, they click on the phishing material. You can then also just schedule to send just phishing material, no security awareness training, and you can also schedule dedicated security awareness training. In this case, we're going to do both, right? So we're going to select our target employees. In this case, I'm just going to select all the employees I've got listed there for those various target groups or target listings. We're then going to select our phishing content. Right? Now, a key thing here is we do have a couple of different types of phishing payloads, right? So phishing material can either lead to a phishing website, otherwise known as a link, or it can also lead to an attachment as the payload. So in this case, we're going to show all templates and we'll just select a couple of different types of payloads, right? So we'll select a OneDrive email, which is then going to lead to a Office 365 phishing website. And we'll also select a Gmail related phishing email, which is going to lead to a Gmail or a Google phishing website. Now, the next part of this is selecting the training material, right? So if any of those employees fall for that phishing email, they click on the link, they enter their credentials into those phishing websites, then we will want to assign them training, right? And you can also specify what parameters you want to provide before somebody is assigned training, right? So if anybody clicks on a payload or they enter their credentials, let's assign training. Or let's only assign training to those who entered their credentials, right? A bit of a more restrictive policy set. Now, when we select training material, any employee that is assigned training, they will need to complete all training material selected. So that does differ to the phishing material, because with phishing material, when we select multiple, we're going to randomly send just one phishing email to that employee, right? We're not going to send, 2 or 3 or 4 phishing emails back to back. We're just going to select one at random. But for training material, we will assign all training material to all assigned employees. So in this case, I've selected a training material for what is phishing and another one for what is ransomware. Now, this training material is a mixture of educational content as well as quiz-based content. Now, this next step is setting the delivery schedule, right? So I'm going to schedule these emails to get delivered about a minute or two from now. So it's 6:05 a.m. where I am right now. So I'm going to go to I'm going to schedule this to deliver at 6:07 a.m. I'm going to update this. And what we can also do here is we can set up a campaign frequency. So if we specify a one-off campaign, then this campaign will just deliver once. But if we schedule monthly or even quarterly campaigns, then every 4 to 5 weeks or every 13 weeks, this campaign will recur, right? So depending on your compliance requirements, this could be something that's handy for you. So what I'll do is I'll schedule a quarterly campaign that will run every quarter for the next year. Let's go next. We'll review our campaign. And once we're happy with it, we'll submit that, right? Now, it's going to take about 10 or 15 seconds for this campaign to schedule in our backend system. So you'll notice this little updating text right here. So if we just refresh this page again, we'll notice that it's now updated. The next delivery is in 0 minutes. And when we look at the campaign itself, we can actually cycle through the various campaigns that have been scheduled, right? So this first campaign is scheduled to deliver in 0 minutes. The next quarter, it's going to send in about 91 days, 182 days, 273 days, right? So what I'll do now is I'm just going to pause the recording for a moment and wait for that phishing email to arrive. Perfect. So I've just received one of those phishing emails. So when I open it up, you can see here, it looks extremely realistic, right? So I've just received this email. It's claiming to come from office365notifications.com. It looks like it's a Excel OneDrive file share. So when I click on this link, I then get led to the simulated phishing website. Now we track all target interactions, right? So we track who has clicked on those payloads, and then we also track who enters credentials. But notably, we do not capture any passwords or usernames. So we will let users enter in a username here, but the moment they enter anything into the password field, we do an immediate redirect, and they'll then be sent to this sort of baseline educational content page to essentially notify them that they have fallen for a phishing attack. Now this page can be configured to go somewhere else, right? You can say, I want it to go to my own phishing web page or my own educational web page. You can say you don't want it to go anywhere as well. Now, because we've scheduled a phishing and a security awareness training campaign, what's also happening behind the scenes is I have just been auto-assigned training because I've fallen for that phishing attack. So simultaneously, I have also just received this email saying that I now need to complete my assigned training modules. Now we will provide users everything they need to just immediately access that. So we provision them an access token that they can use to log into this. And what I'll do now is I will click on that link. I will load up that web page. So I'll go into here. I'll enter in that access token. Now, once logged in, this is essentially the learner dashboard, right? So here I've been assigned 2 training modules. I haven't attempted either. And what we can do here is essentially, the users then need to go ahead and complete these trainings. So in this case, I need to score 70% and above. The estimated time to complete these training modules is about 7 minutes. So these are micro learnings, right? It's not going to take users or employees a significant amount of time to complete these trainings. Now, in CanIPhish, we track all of this, right? So when we go into that campaign there, right, we can see 4 emails were delivered, 1 was viewed, 1 payload was clicked, 1 employee was compromised. When we click to open that up, we can see all of these interactions, but also importantly, we can track the training campaign, right? So in this case, I can see that training has been assigned to only 1 of the 4 employees, essentially the 1 employee who did click on that phishing email. Now we will track again all interactions here, right? Have they attempted the training material? Is it overdue? So essentially the employees have 14 days to complete these assignments before they're overdue. We will send them reminders every 3 to 5 days over a 4-week period as well, right? Now, if you've gotten this far, you have scheduled your first phishing simulation and security awareness training campaign. I hope you found this video educational. Thanks for watching.